In the last years, sargassum has impeded the growth of regional tourism and fishery sectors. It has invaded the coastlines of the Gulf of Mexico. Smells bad, hurts the skin of the tourists, and hinders the swimming of other species. But not everything's bad. Sargassum has many components, which collectively enhance soil health, quality, productivity, and enzymatic activities. In consequence, it is widely regarded as a biofertilizer in agriculture. We present you Malgae. Using the resistance, durability, and the high level of nutrients of sargassum, we design a biodegradable flower pot made entirely from it. Our process is simple. After sargassum is collected, it goes through a drying and washing process and put into pot molds. Once the plant is sufficiently big, you can plant it with the pot directly in the soil. We have chosen this design since it resembles the shape roots normally adopt when growing. The plant will absorb the nutrients present in the pot, compared to traditional flower pots made of plastic. Additionally, we will be making learning kits designed to teach children about plant growth and ecosystem conservation. Each kit will consist of 3 small pots and different species to cultivate. The Mexico Lindo kit includes 3 endemic species. Each will teach about different propagation methods and the importance of cultivating endemic species. The Beaches kit includes 3 species that attract pollinators. That way, children will learn what a pollinator does and the importance of taking care of them. We are BioImprove, a Mexican group of students who think that a sustainable and better world is better if we work hard enough as a community.
Imagine you're vacationing in Cancun. You step out of your hotel room ready to swim in the ocean. But instead of encountering this, you notice a smell of rotten eggs and see the whole beach covered by algae. That is the problem that many beaches along the Mexican coastline have faced over the past years. Sargassum is a genus of large brown seaweed with a characteristic bad smell that floats in island-like masses. When sargassum decomposes, it produces sulfuric acid, which poses a threat for human and animal health. Due to global warming and increased use of inorganic fertilizers, the amount of sargassum washing up in the beaches has increased dramatically. Actually, last year Mexico spent nearly $17 million to clear 500,000 tons of sargassum. What's worse is that most of this seaweed is thrown away after it is collected. We've come with an idea to solve this problem. We present you Malgae, a flower pot made entirely from sargassum. We are the first team to ever combine the design of a flower pot with the functionality of a fertilizer. The design of Malgae is organic. It is built to resemble the shape in which roots naturally grow in the soil. The flower pot consists of 2 discs. The upper disc is smaller to provide more stability for the stem, and the second one gives enough space for root growth. This design can accommodate both the shapes of monocotyledon and dicotyledon plants. Finally, sargassum creates a slightly porous material which improves root aeration. This will enhance root development, overall growth, and an easier adaptation once the pot is put into the soil. The percentage ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in sargassum is recommended as a fertilizer for seedling establishment. This means that to grow a plant, you'll only need to add soil and water. The plant will absorb the nutrients present in the pot. The nutrient composition may be low, especially for nitrogen. However, it has been determined that sargassum promotes the proliferation of nitrogen-fixing bacteria, such as cyanobacteria. The seaweed has also been found to optimize the nutrient uptake of plants by promoting strong root development. Also, since organic fertilizers are not water-soluble, they release nutrients slowly over time, making them a better alternative than inorganic fertilizers. Also, compared to traditional flower pots made of plastic or clay, Malgae degrades 2,000 times faster. Thus, we are helping reduce the amount of plastic in the ocean. Aside from the flower pots, we will be making learning kits designed to teach people about plant growth and ecosystem conservation. Each kit will consist of 3 small pots and different species to cultivate. The Mexico Lindo kit includes 3 endemic species. Each will teach about different propagation methods and the importance of cultivating endemic species. The Bee Gees kit includes 3 species that attract pollinators. That way, people will learn what a pollinator does and the importance of taking care of them. The market for flower pots and planters is valued in $300 million and is expected to grow at 3.1% over the next 5 years. Our potential customers are florists, retailers, and people interested in our learning kits. Our process is simple. After sargassum is collected, it goes through a drying and washing process and put into pot molds. Once the plant is sufficiently big, you can plant it with the pot directly in the soil or keep it as a beautiful ornament for your home. We realize that the high salt content in the seaweed is an issue, as it can result in soil salinity if not washed out. Removing this excess salt requires a significant amount of water. However, sargassum normally surfaces during the rainy season, so rainwater can be collected and the resulting saline water can be reused for thermoelectric power plant cooling. Our process has a low environmental impact and promotes local economy. We are tackling different problems with this approach. First is the utilization of a material deemed as waste, and that has been a nuance for the economy of the country. Next is the recollection method. For this purpose, in-water collection, we propose in-water collection of sargassum. By collecting the sargassum before it reaches the beach, we avoid sand erosion and the production of sulfuric acid, which protects both tourists and the workers picking up the algae. Further, in-water collection avoids damage to coastal vegetation, since by the time sargassum rafts are close to stranding, the majority of associated organisms have already abandoned the raft. We seek to revitalize the fishing sector in Quintana Roo through the harvest of sargassum. We plan to employ microfishing units who have the lowest percentage of remuneration but account for the majority of the fishing units of the country. We also strongly believe that any important change is achieved through the engagement and education of the community, which is why we created the learning kits. And finally, the use of Malgae reduces the usage of inorganic fertilizers, which is a factor that increased the growth of sargassum. Thus, the circle of our production process closes, giving us the chance to have a triple benefit, combining social, environmental, and economic impact. Now it's your turn. Will you help us restore the beauty of the Caribbean beaches and empower the next generation of scientists?